great to have you with us from Gerald J. Ford Stadium in Dallas. First month of the season, teams starting to take shape, find out what they can do, and we will learn more here in Week 3. It's the Virginia Cavaliers and the SMU Mustangs. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Checking in with the Cavaliers head coach before the game. This is a crucial moment in their season. They've got to decide what type of team they are. They're finding ways to lose close games, and they've got to get their first win in conference play. Coach says it's crucial that they get off to a good start here today. He wants focus, communication, and more dominance and physicality at the line of scrimmage. I'll keep you posted on how they look down here from the field level to start the first quarter. Guys?
Appreciate that, Holly. And the Cavaliers ready to kick it away first. Looks like he's going to try to return it. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Mustangs offense will go on the attack first. Now we say hello to Caden Durham, one of the better running backs in all of college football and a vital cog in this offense.
When you think back to last year's national championship run, you just think about them being physical in their ability to run the football. And now this guy's back, and he thinks even better. I cannot wait to see what kind of start this guy's able to get off to this season based on all the success he had a year ago.
And it's just special to have this guy back. Like, to be able to do what you did a year ago, and for him to say, hey, I want to come back, I want to get better, I want to stay on the same squad. So it kind of galvanized this squad in the offseason. It kept everybody closer together, and it made them believe that they can do it again. And so I'm interested. You said he might have gotten better. If he's gotten better, you better watch out, college football world.
Hey, when you speed quarterbacks up like this, when you hurry their thought process, they're going to make mistakes. That was a mistake there. Throwing into double coverage, obviously not something you want to do. Could have been worse. Nice job by the defense.
Throws to the wideout. Good route on the comeback, and he makes the catch. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Catch in the middle, it's Cooper. Turning it on! They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. The Mustangs are marching down the field. Caught behind the line, it's Smith. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
Well, you're seeing this offense aggressive here right out of the gate. I don't even know if they're planning on running the football the rest of this game, the way they're throwing it right now. I mean, they're just throwing caution to the wind. And, David, we know it. They've got a lot of confidence in their skill players throwing the ball, and right now, that's been very apparent early.
Well, and now you knock me back on my heels a little bit. Now I'm like, oh, crud, is this their game plan? Is this going to be pass, pass, pass? So defensively, I'm thinking, how do I make my subs? Do I go dime? Do I go nickel, right? Like, they're definitely pass happy, but the first thing I have to do is get a pass rush and make this quarterback feel uncomfortable.
He'll be stopped at the 16-yard line. It's enough for a first down in the red zone. And the Mustangs come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Throwing Raiola. Stepping to the right. Looking for the score. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game, and so far they've taken him away.
Straight ahead, it's Phillips. Shakes off the defender. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a fourth down. They'll play it safe and try for 3. It is perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Cavaliers offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. And, David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. That they got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Makes the grab.
And that's a frustrating drive. Not the drive they were trying to put together. 3 plays, couldn't find a way to break somebody loose. Catching the football, getting tackled. Offense still trying to get in a rhythm, trying to make something happen on their side of the field.
Searching for space. He gets a block. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. SMU's offense headed out onto the field to start this drive. The play fake, Raiola. Still looking to his right. On the run, deep down the right side. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted. He'll go out of bounds, but just what they needed to get the ball back. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Could not make his way to the corner. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. This time they'll throw it. They're all over it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that 2nd down incompletion. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. He's going to have enough to pick up the 1st down as they stop him at the 33-yard line.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Red pass, it's complete. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. They can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Cavaliers will snap it on 1st and 10. Sells the run, looking to pass. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
They were all over it.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot,
he's looking deep. He makes a grab. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. And after 1 period of play, let's take a look at the start for these 2 wide receivers. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Sends it back in motion. Working the ground game. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Cavaliers.
And this offense showing off a little diversity, right? Like being able to run that option a different way, get a receiver that can catch the ball on the pitch, confuse the defense enough to create enough opportunity for the QB to keep it and punch it in the end zone.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. The Mustangs offense is ready to go on the attack. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Right side, it's Singleton. Oh, he's got some space. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
What a great play by the linebacker. Do you talk about filling a hole? Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
Raiola. Left side, it's Durham. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. Coming to the line, looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 29. Motion from the wideout. Raiola from the gun on 3rd down. Look out! Forced to just throw it away on 3rd down, and now they face 4th.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Drag to the ground, but not before. He's converted to 4th down to keep the drive going.
This is a running back, man, that just finds a way to get it done. Critical 4th down. Everyone thinking they're going to throw the football, but they hand it off to him, and he helps keep this drive alive.
Here's Raiola to throw. He's got it on the run. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. Turns it upfield. Touchdown, Mustangs! Put 6 on the board. And the extra point gives them a 3-point lead at 10-7. They marched 78 yards down the field, and they closed it going up top for the final few inches in the score. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Not able to hook up the air, incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
2nd down, gonna throw it. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down.
And for DBs out there trying to stop these short slant routes against man coverage, being physical is really key. You want to get your hands on the wide receiver and really try to disrupt that timing between the QB and his target.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. And the Cavaliers will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch at the 35. Makes a move. Wide open, and it's a foot race. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they want, and now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
They've got him wobbling after that big play now to pay it off on 1st and 10 from inside the 15. Out wide left, it's Smith. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Here's Raiola to throw. Finds his man. Touchdown, Mustangs! All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Quick give. It's Beebe. At the 35, he's open. Getting up close to midfield. Gets it to the 48-yard line before being run out of bounds. Ripped off a chunk on the opening play of this drive. Now it's 1st down from the 48. Fresh center downs going to the air. Finds a man in the middle. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. Fresh set of downs going up top. Out wide right, it's Abdullah. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. Virginia will call its first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Really need to find a productive play this time on 2nd and long. Back to throw, time running short in the half. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. Tried to set up the screen, and the defense wasn't having it.
Man, you gotta love the safety's eyes on that play. He didn't get lost. He didn't get enamored with everything that was going on in front of him, playing pass down the field. He locked eyes on that running back, saw the screen develop, comes upfield, makes the play, makes the sound tackle.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Looking down the middle. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. And very important not only to generate power, but to find his mark. A 49-yard try from the left.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Throwing Raiola. Left side is Singleton. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. Right side, it's Durham. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Grab behind the line. It's Durham. long way to go on second down. Back to throw, it's Raiola. Out wide right, it's Turner. And he's out of bounds after a terrific run and a nice pickup.
Hey, he's spreading the ball all over the yard, man. A lot of times when you go to one guy, man, I can kind of shut them down, or I can run coverages to stop wide receivers. Now getting the tight end involved, using the whole field, really in a flow, in a rhythm, the passing game looking good.
And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. Absolutely center cut. And that lead grows even bigger. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Ben, thanks. A busy day, so let's waste no time and get you updated on Week 3 action around college football. Let's start with the USC Trojans, taking on the Illinois Fighting Illini. And it's the Trojans looking to move to 4-0 on the young season, and they're in front right now, and they've done it with discipline. Kind of the calling card of this program. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now back over to your game in Dallas. This team is on top right now thanks in large part to the play of that burner on the outside. It's like he has glue on his hands, catching every ball that comes his way, and he's helped build this halftime advantage. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Gerald J. Ford Stadium.
The Mustangs will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Braun. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Holly, what did you find out coming from the locker room?
Guys, Coach Elliott told me coming out of the locker room, the message of his speech was, I've got to get the running back more involved. They trust him. He's been terrific, but they haven't gotten him enough carries. He said, I've got one guy in the booth upstairs who is tracking how many times our running back touches the ball. That is the most essential part of getting back in this game. Get the rock to the guy who can make the biggest difference.
Okay, Holly. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
Between the hashes, it's Abdullah. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
And, man, I want to see more of that. Like, I want to see more of this offense being aggressive, taking shots on early downs. It doesn't have to be run, pass. Like, being a little bit more diverse. They've struggled today to find big plays. That's a big one there.
The Cavaliers will hustle to the line.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important first down.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
Second and long here.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Snagged in the middle. It's Beebe. You can hand it to him. You can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? They're finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or receiving out of the backfield. They're going to continue to highlight this guy.
And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. He's already made one field goal, but this one is going to need a big leg. A 50-yard attempt coming. He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Play action with Raiola. Open on the left side is Smith. At the 45 on his way. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 40. Raiola. Right down the middle. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but oof, that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33. Looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. They're in the gun. Here's Dylan Raiola. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Singleton.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
Deep shot for the end zone. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Right side, it's Smith. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And the Mustangs have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Here's Raiola to throw. Under pressure. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. 1st down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
Got his man. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
From the gun on 3rd down, Raiola. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Splits the uprights. Good. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important to this team.
They really got things moving on this drive. 2nd play of the drive comes from the 37. Drops back on 1st down. He'll throw it. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The run inside. It's Beebe. He's dropped.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
There he goes. The 30. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Defense makes a stand as the clock runs down to 0. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through 3 quarters for these 2 guys. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Defense in press coverage. Barrels ahead. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. And they'll come to the line and try to draw a little bit closer on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. He'll be stopped right there. They threw it short of the goal line, and now they've got some ground to cover on 4th down. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Good, right down the boulevard. This is now a 7-point game. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. SMU's offense headed out. They've got a 1st down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, 4th quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. There he goes to the left. The 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. He is in. Touchdown, SMU. They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy. He makes a big play. Yes, please.
On the return, it's Walters. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. The give to Davis. Now he gives him a little more breathing room as he works his way out to the 17. They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. From the gun, wants to pass. Rush right in his face. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
You know, I feel for this.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Throws to the tight end. Got room at the 35. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks. Fourth down decision pays off big time.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute.
He unleashes a long one. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Gonna look downfield again. Here comes the heat. Nothing there, and he just had to throw it away.
I think at this point of the game, down 2 possessions, the passing game, you just have to be a little bit sharper, and they don't look like they're in rhythm. You saw it on that last third down. I think you got to go now if you're on offense on fourth down. The sense of urgency.
Looking to take a shot. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Bunch formation for these receivers. Here's Raiola to throw. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. They'll need a bunch on second down. Caught in the backfield, it's Cooper. Virginia will call its first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
Trying to convert the third down, here's Raiola. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. His field goal unit getting some serious run. They've already been out there 3 times. The kicker will try it again. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
The Cavaliers offense all set and ready to get this drive underway. Giving up that last field goal really hurt. It's a 3-possession game, and things look dire, to be candid. They'll ride Davis here. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. And the Cavaliers want to crank the tempo.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Back to pass on second down. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Nice play to knock that one down.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
Pull down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down.
He did a really good job on third down, knowing where the sticks were, making sure he got past it. Listen, quarterbacks can get hit near the goal line punching it.
Going to throw it over the top of the D. Oh, did he toast the coverage? Got it deep downfield. They're able to ride him down, but not before he has flipped the field with a huge kick up on the play, and now they are set up coming out of the 2-minute timeout. A first down run in the red zone. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Virginia!
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
The Mustangs offense is ready to go on the attack. Inside 2 minutes to play, defense still has a couple of timeouts, but 1 first down will probably salt this game away. Got it behind the line. It's Singleton. Finds a crease at the 20. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one.
And I absolutely love that play call, man. You've got good field position right now. Take advantage of it. They're aggressive on the first play. Make a big play. This offense now set up in perfect position to get some points to capitalize on their great field position.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Throwing Raiola. Touchdown Mustangs. Makes the catch. Plenty of room. Feet down in the end zone. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. Fielded in the end zone. It's Braun. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. From the gun, it's Davis. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
He's got the tight end. Breaks into the open. Timeout is called by Virginia. That's their second. They'll have one left. And they can take a moment to try to build a little momentum, get the right play called after picking up the first down. Wants to throw one first. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Robinson. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. The Cavaliers headed quickly to the line.
And there's no quit in this team. Obviously, they're trailing late in the game, but they're trying to make it happen. We've seen 2 big plays now, back-to-back. They're putting pressure on this defense.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Breaks free, and he might be gone. Now the connection takes it to the 11. And the Cavaliers go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Got to get everyone set. They spike it to stop the clock. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Wants to go up top on second down. Has it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cavaliers.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And you're just waiting for that right bounce, that right skip for that ball to get 10 yards to try to make something happen and make a miracle come to fruition. And, Palmer, it's not going to happen. The defense's hands team, they were ready, they were dialed in, and they get the football back.
Yeah, they fall on that one, David, and they can breathe a little bit easier now. But let's be honest, I mean, in college football, we've seen crazier things happen in these types of situations. The ball takes a crazy bounce. There's always a chance. You got to give the receiving team there a lot of credit. The hands team gets it done, and they win the game.
Long way to go on second down. Raiola. He'll off one deep down the left side. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away.
Well, that DB did everything right on that deep shot. You saw the speed. You saw his ability to turn his hips. And how about getting his head around, locating the football, and then knocking it away? Couldn't have done that better.
Motion from the wide receiver. To the air, it's Raiola. They'll run the screen. They get him stopped at the 32. A solid pickup, but it will bring up a fourth down and decision time. They're still firing away even with this lead. Makes the grab past the marker. Guided out of bounds at the 22. Good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. And that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work. Through throwing the football, in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space.